overwhelmingly horrible place. Hello, everyone. Benjamin Freixas Emery here, and I'm going to do a thing. So this year, on February 13th, I was supposed to be racing in the 24 hours in the Old Pueblo, but that was canceled because they decided that it was too risky to have that during a global pandemic. Makes sense, but I still want to ride my bike for 24 hours. And so I have a convenient area to do that right outside my house. And this thing that I want to do is messed up enough that it feels like I could likely turn it into a mildly successful fundraiser. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to collect donations for the Innocence Project. Link to the donation page will be in the doobly-doo if this is YouTube, or in the profile if this is Instagram. They use DNA evidence to exonerate people who have been wrongly convicted and to prevent future wrongful convictions. For every $100 that is raised, I will bike in the foothills for 1 hour, up to a possible total of 24 hours. I won't bike for more than that because I am still human, or possibly dancer. This will begin at time on date. I should talk about exonerations a little bit. Since the introduction of DNA evidence to forensics, 375 people who were wrongly convicted have been exonerated, and I expect that that number is actually a tiny fraction of the true number of wrongful convictions in that respective time period. But of these known erroneous convictions, 69% involved eyewitness misidentification because people are notoriously bad at remembering what they've seen. 43% involved misapplied forensic science or discredited forms of forensic science, such as bite mark analysis or hair comparisons, things that are now widely regarded as completely unreliable, basically junk pseudoscience. And 29% involved false confessions because interrogators are legally allowed to lie and gaslight their suspects, deprive them of sleep and food, just generally scare the shit out of them, and other sorts of torturous coercion techniques to get them to confess to something that they didn't actually do. On top of that, prosecutors have plea deals in their back pocket in which they offer to reduce the severity of the sentence that they're seeking in exchange for the defendant to plead guilty or no contest. In other words, literal extortion. On top of all of this, 60% of the wrongfully convicted are black, compared to 13% of the US population, because the average exonerated convict spends 14 years incarcerated, which is an amount of time that I would bet most people in my social circle could not even imagine spending separated from their family and their friends and the things that they love to do. So please get me out there for 24 hours. That's $2,400. Any amount extra is bonus and will also go to the Innocence Project, and I will be kicking it off with the amount of money from my refunded Old Pueblo entry. So I'm planning to use this bicycle over here, but if it blows up for any reason, I also have this one, so we've got options as far as that goes. One more thing, I am looking for people to ride parts of this with me, so if you're a bike person in Albuquerque and this is something that interests you, let me know. Yeah, let's make this happen. It's going to be extremely painful.